Mr. Andrew E., congratulations on winning this mining motherboard in a video last week. Just chose your name, man. Congratulations. You replied that you're from the UK, so I'll ship this out to you. Congrats, my friend. Hey guys, RPM here. Hope you're doing well, having a really great day. All right, so wanted to talk to you guys about in this video where the state of the market is. It's right below 70K as of recording. So I was just curious, right now, how much are my ASIC miners making currently just in this location, and I wanted to compare against my electrical cost. All right, and also I wanted to talk about my strategy now. Okay, I've flicked the switch, so I am no longer mining for profitability. I am now mining for, I guess, a yield of a coin that I want to hold now. And so now I'm willing to pay my electrical bill out of pocket, maybe for the next couple months, maybe for the next half year. Who knows? Really depends. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about. All right, and I also want to announce another giveaway, but we'll do that right after today's sponsor. Are you tired of jumping between mining pools, swapping wallets, or even dealing with complicated payouts? Check out powerpool.io. Powerpool has the top mining algorithms such as SHA-256, Scrypt, Eaglesong, X11, K-Heavy-Hash, and even ETC hash, letting you mine while optionally converting rewards into Bitcoin, USDC, or other supported coins. Powerpool helps you avoid holding volatile altcoin balances and simplifies treasury management, especially useful for mining farms or anyone tracking taxes and cash flow. Personally, over the past couple months, I've pointed all of my ASIC mining hardware to Powerpool, and I have found it to be the most profitable and honest when it comes to their auto conversions and adjustable payout options. If your goal is hash first, settlement later in BTC or stablecoins, Powerpool makes that workflow easy. Don't take my word for it. Test it yourself and sign up today using referral code RPM for 0.5% pool fees from their normal 1% pool fee structure for more coins in your wallet. Check out powerpool.io, link below. Okay, you may notice there are two miners missing, and those are going to be my two KS5 Pros. These are the Caspa miners that are no longer profitable, all right, or no longer above my electrical rate. I think it's about $1.50, $2 in terms of more than my electrical bill at this current place, which is about 7.4 cents right now. So yeah, I have not been running my KS5 Pros, and that's where Caspa's price is at about, what, 3 cents right now. I'd rather just buy Caspa. Okay, so I have one more ASIC actually I want to bring up there, and that's going to be my Canon Avalon A1566. This is a Bitcoin miner, and it does, I think, 212 terahash. All right, so I actually finally brought over the original power cable, the P13. I think it's like this is like a male end or something, because I had a bunch of the KS5 Pros that have the P13 as well, but you can see, I guess it's like a female end, because this is what the A1566 needs, a male end one. So my makeshift cable, which some of you guys may know, I had to cut a C19 end to put on my Canon Avalon cable. So yeah, I gotta turn this thing on, and I just want to see, currently, am I actually going to be above water on this miner or not? But doesn't matter, because, well, I mean, it does matter. As long as I'm above water or breaking even, I'm willing to keep it on. My Caspa miners, they were not breaking even, so that's why I wasn't willing to keep those on. So I'm going to put on this Avalon A1566, and I'll be right back. I'm going to announce a little giveaway for you guys. Be right back. Okay, here it is. I just turned it on. Avalon A1566, 212 terahash model. I do have it on its own 15 amp breaker on this 240 volt PDU, so it's using 14 amps right now. All right, little giveaway here. I want to do 24-hour hash rate from this Avalon A1566. So just comment down below. Are you guys still mining right now? Are you keeping your hardware on, dependent on your electrical cost, as well as are you breaking even? Are you now mining and holding? or are you still mining and selling? Again, dependent on your electrical costs. I don't think majority of people here have below, I don't know, 7 cents right now to be actually profitable. I think combined, a lot of my ASIC miners, I mean, make less than in a day than if I were to just drive for Uber for like 1 hour. So, which is really brutal, actually, where the state of the crypto mining is right now, where the prices of the coins are right now. Profitability-wise, it's really bad, but yield-wise, maybe it's the same, right? It's just the price that's changed. So let me know down below. I'm gonna choose the winner pretty soon after, I don't know, a couple hours after this video is uploaded, and I'll get the hash rate to the winner for this Canon A1566. So good luck. Let me know your thoughts down below. What you guys are doing right now? Okay, so now let's explain about what I'm doing right now. Okay, so now that crypto has tanked, I guess we're in this bear market now. Miners, a lot of ASIC miners are no longer profitable. My GPUs actually are not profitable. I should really turn these off now. But yeah, ASIC miners are just barely there now, depending on your electrical costs. Okay, and so these ASIC miners, I have an L9 16 gigahash model. Then I have an S21 XP. I have a, oh no, this is not mine. It's a Z15 Pro, which someone bought. I'm still mining it for him, so I'm not gonna count that. Then I have the A1566. I have the Sealminer A2, and I have a DG1 Lite. So 3 Bitcoin miners, 2 Scrypt miners right here. So I just want to analyze right now how much they're currently making above my electrical cost. Okay, so let's go through the computer. Let me just type some stuff out and put it all together. Be right back. Okay, so it is February 8th, 2026 as of recording, just to give some context there. And so Bitcoin's $71,000 right now. And so here is my spreadsheet of my 5 ASIC miners that I had in my basement there, just to show you guys how much they're earning now, okay? And I do want to talk about how much they were earning about 6 months ago as well. All right, so we'll get into that later. But anyways, my L9 16 gigahash model, okay? So current revenue, all right, the total amount of money they currently make, $8.42 for my L9 16 gigahash model, all right? This is where Dogecoin's price currently is at about almost 10 cents or 9 cents right now, 9.6 cents. And so, yeah, it's quite a fall from grace where it was back in 2024, end of 2024, when it was hitting up almost, I think, 45 cents or so. But yeah, it's been going down ever since. And here we are today where Bitcoin is 71 and this L9 16 gigahash model, it was pretty good, pretty profitable all year. All right. Or in 2025, it was profitable all that year. And now here we are in 2026 and we are now hitting up well, with my electrical cost of about 0.74 cents, okay? And normally I was about 0.72, but because the Canadian dollar is actually kind of rising, so the dollar, US dollar is kind of losing value as of recording, I convert the Canadian to USD for majority of my viewers are American, so this is for you guys. Anyways, my S21 XP currently makes about $9.62, Sealminer A2, $8.06, Avalon A1566 makes about $7.77, and my Elphapex DG1 Lite 11 gigahash model makes about $5.80 right now. So total revenue is $39.67 right now, USD, okay? So I've also imported here my power consumption for all of these ASIC miners, and so I'm currently using about 18,000 watts or 17.8 kilowatts right now. And that electrical price, okay, calculated here, as you guys can see, so just total combined, I'm spending about $31.65 a day in electricity for these 5 ASIC miners in that basement right now. So what is the profit that I'm currently making? Well, okay, well, against my electrical cost, right, the $6.14 for this L9, so you minus out the electric versus the revenue, and we get the profit, which is $2.28 a day right now, okay? And then my S21 XP is $3.05, so it looks like it's making more than the L9 currently. And then my A2, Sealminer A2 is making about $1.42, And then the Avalon A1566 is making about $1.55 right now after my electrical cost. Then you may notice we have a negative one here. My Elphapex DG1 Lite 11 gigahash model is now losing money, even at 7.4 cents USD. So why is that? Well, because this Elphapex DG1 Lite in terms of efficiency is not as great as a L9, for instance. So let me just sort this by efficiency. And as we can see, a DG1 Lite is about 0.31 in efficiency advertised. The one I tested actually at about 82 Fahrenheit, I was getting about 12 gigahash. And then my efficiency there was about 0.28. But an L9, of course, is at about 0.22, 0.21. I know the new 17 gigahash models, I was actually getting a little bit better efficiency at 0.20, all right, for the 17 gigahash model. But anyways, so yeah, that's why the inefficiency of the older, Elphapex models, that's why I'm now basically breaking even or losing a bit, like a quarter a day at my electrical cost of 7.4 cents. So that's not very good. So total profit, okay, for all of these ASIC miners in that basement now is $8.02. So that's how much I'm making profit a day now, which is quite low. And so what is my strategy now? Well, my strategy is to mine and HODL the Bitcoin. I'm converting, everything is being converted into Bitcoin. I'm using PowerPool, and that's how I'm looking at it now. I'm now in the mine and HODL stage because Bitcoin has dropped down quite a bit, and altcoins like Doge have also dropped down quite a bit. So my whole mindset, my strategy now is to go into the whole mine and HODL. $8 a day profit, with these 5 heavy hitter ASIC miners at 7.4 cents electric is it's quite down. So thankfully though, and this is where I've talked about this many times, is that 6 months ago, like let's just say back in 2025, these ASIC miners, which I had back then, they were making $18 a day. The L9 was about $18 a day back 6 months ago. I know before that it was maybe like $30 or $25 a day, when they first came out for the good couple months. And then the S21 XP, was making $10 a day. A2 was $7.49. A1566 was $6.20 a day. The Elphapex DG1 Lite was making about $10 a day 6 months ago. So total profit with these 5 ASIC miners back then was about $42 a day profit, okay, after revenue for the Elphapex DG1 Lite here. Revenue was about $16.52. But it's just to show you guys back then, 6 months ago, or even for the past year and a bit, I've actually been mining into USDC in hopes that, these times where we are now was going to come. And it eventually came. So I've built up my war chest per se, my dry powder, capital that I'm now able to maybe buy into new miners that are more efficient and maybe just a little bit profitable, because how far some of these coins have dropped, like Doge, for instance. Bitcoin, of course, Bitcoin has dropped quite a bit. So I'm in the mode now of basically mine and HODL and paying my, $31.65 in electric a day. With these 5 miners, I'm willing to spend my electrical bill out of pocket in order to mine and hold the Bitcoin that these are mining right now. Okay. And so that's my strategy now. And again, the USDC that I was mining back, then I now have, the capital to pay my electrical bill out of pocket for, a good while if I wanted to. Or alternatively, I could also buy Bitcoin because it's much lower now than it was before, when Bitcoin was like, what, 125K, 100K, 80K, all the way down. But here we are, right? It's pretty crazy to say, even with these heavy hitter, latest gen ASIC miners like the S21 XP, the L9, even at 7.4 cents, USD electric, making, a couple bucks a day, it's pretty bad, right? We are pretty low where we are right now. Is it going to go lower? Now, here's something I obviously don't know, is that, just how long is Doge going to stay down here, right? We are pretty low where we are right now, but just judging by past history, we could have a prolonged, bear market for maybe 2 or 3 years, right? And if that happens, I don't know if I want to be able to mine and hold, and pay my electrical bill out of pocket, depending on my financial situation, right? How long can I pay, 31.65 a day to mine and hold Bitcoin? Or even I'm thinking about holding some Dogecoin as well, because Dogecoin seems to always have some type of price appreciation as well. So hopefully, depending on people's electrical cost, is that, Doge, even Bitcoin miners can sustain at, a little bit higher pricing, so that whoever has these types of ASIC miners like I do, like the S21 XP, which is S21 XP ain't no, slouch when it comes to efficiency currently. Obviously, there are much newer models that are coming out that are in the sub 13, 12.5, 11 watt per hash or joules per terahash in efficiency that may be coming out, right? Ice River has also announced their new BT Home ASIC miners for Bitcoin, and I think they're coming out with a Scrypt one as well. So there's going to be a lot of new, more efficient models that are coming out right now. But am I looking at, buying some ASIC miners right now, where the price is right now? I think it depends. I haven't really seen the S21 XP come down in price. It's still over $4,000, which, spending $4,200 to make, $3 a day, or at 7 cents, depending on your electric, of course, is not something that I don't really want to invest in at this point in time. Sure, Bitcoin, could go up from here, but I don't know if I want to invest in Bitcoin miners anymore. But I know the mentality recently was more so, or maybe over the past year, was people were to buying Dogecoin miners or Scrypt miners in order to, convert into Bitcoin so that you can theoretically get more Bitcoin. But now that we've basically come down here where Doge price is now and where Bitcoin has come down, the Bitcoin ASIC miners seem to, like even my A2 is pretty much on par in terms of revenue on the L9. So it's like, looking at it this way, the Bitcoin miners are now essentially earning more Bitcoin than the Scrypt miners, if you think about it that way. So that's the volatile nature of, Dogecoin, Bitcoin. Bitcoin obviously is holding its own because it's, the emissions for Bitcoin is what, in the $34 million a day. And then where Dogecoin is at 1.32 million a day. So you can see, 34 times more emissions for Bitcoin versus Dogecoin. So that's why we are seeing Bitcoin miners now, eking out in profitability versus, let's say, the infamous L9. Mind you, this is a 16 gigahash version. I think the 17 gigahash version is making like $9 a day or so right now. So, I mean, not that much more, but you can see relative to how the market is doing and how Dogecoin is doing. Dogecoin is mainly the majority of profit for Scrypt miners. So we're kind of in this like point in time where everything has just fallen down. I don't know if this is the bottom. We did bounce off 60 quite hard. So that might be a good sign that we could have some relief here. But ultimately, is it going to sustain, is it going to go higher than 125K? I don't think so. Not financial advice, but I think this year might potentially be a lower year. I don't know, but I'm going to keep my eyes out on ASIC miners that may be dropping in price. We're going to be definitely keeping up with this throughout the year. I'm going to be looking for deals, looking for cheaper electric, of course, because that's the name of the game when it comes to, profitability and, all that kind of stuff. So depending on what your electrical cost is, which it's really hard these days, not very many people have cheap electric. And unless you're, hosting your ASIC miners, your residential electric is going to be 15, 17 cents, which you're not going to be mining with an L9 at 17 cents, because then that would be, you would be losing. Let me do the math there. So yeah, at 16 cents on an L9, you would definitely be losing. Okay, $13 a day in electric at 16 cents, or even 15 cents would be $12.46. So that pretty much hurts. Now, the break even for an L9, let's just do the math here, I think is, not 90 cents. That's going to be, let's do 9 cents. So break even would be, I think, 10 cents right now. So roughly about 10 cents electric. You would be breaking even on an L9 16 gigahash model. So most mining farms, hosting companies are going to be below 10 cents. So they're still going to be positive in that regard. But anyways, my friends, let me know your guys' thoughts. I am now basically in mine and HODL mode because I'm able to afford it now currently, and not sure how long I want to do that. I guess I'll keep you guys updated, right? This is my crypto mining journey. This is my YouTube channel, which I document everything that I do with you guys. You know, this is not all my miners, mind you, and I should have noted that, told you guys earlier, but I just wanted to showcase just in that, you know, basement there with these 5 ASICs, you know, how much am I, you know, what's the reality right now of how much money I'm actually making? $8, right? So it's nothing that I'm, you know, I'm not going to sell, you know, $39 and everything while I'm spending $31 in electric. You know, it's like, no, man, it's, this is now where I want to now where, you know, I don't think the hash rate is falling that much. It's actually coming, Bitcoin has been going back up because the difficulty drop went to 125T. Now we're essentially going to go back to 144. But the current block times are at 8.72, which is normally 10 minutes. So yeah, the difficulty adjustment, which happens every 2 weeks. This is quite a game that I think like a lot of big farms are playing. But I noticed that, yeah, the hash rate did drop off because there was a massive like windstorm, lots of snow, cold weather, curtailment that was happening for a lot of those bigger farms. So they had to, you know, they had to turn off. So yeah, interesting times, my friends. Okay. Let me know what you guys think. Again, comment down below. Just, are you guys staying on? Are you mining? What are you doing? Let me know down below. Do you have free electric? Are you mining at a smaller scale? Do you have a couple ASICs like compared like this? Let me know. Let me know what you guys are doing. Okay, I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one. Peace out. Peace out.